to evade arrest, necessitating the deployment of the Special Action Force to thwart any potential threat. Remember, Fugitive Kibuloy himself declared, and I quote, "Hindi ako pahuhuli ng buhay," and I unquote, a clear indication of his defiance. Fugitive Kibuloy's blatant disregard of the law and the mockery of the judicial process presented a formidable challenge to our security forces and the integrity of our criminal justice system. The effective execution of the operation was crucial to prevent negative international repercussions and to uphold our commitment to justice and security. For the information of this honorable committee, on the day of the operation, despite facing unprovoked resistance from KOJC followers, our personnel exercised remarkable self-restraint and maximum tolerance throughout the operation to avoid tension and prevent any untoward incident. They remained calm and disciplined to escalate the already tense situation. Even when faced with aggression, being dosed with water, and sustaining injuries, our police officers did not retaliate or resort to excessive force. It will be shown later how our police personnel were water cannoned. Yet, despite adhering to police protocols, allegation of excessive force have emerged. It is incumbent upon us to address these concerns with transparency and accountability. In response, I immediately directed our Internal Affairs Service to conduct a thorough and impartial investigation to determine whether or not any operational lapses were committed during the police operation. Our objective is to uncover the truth and to hold accountable any individuals who may have exceeded their authority. This investigation is being conducted with utmost integrity and independence, free from any undue influence or interference. As a result of the investigation, we have administratively relieved 15 PNP personnel, including 3 police commission officers and 12 police non-commissioned officers. Let me clarify. These officers were relieved not for abuses, but for their failure to arrest the fugitives of the law, Kibuloy and his co-accused. To absolutely clear, the police operation is aimed at executing warrants of arrest for individuals accused of serious offenses. Their status as fugitive is indisputable. Instead of cooperating with law enforcement officers, members of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ disgracefully choose to use women and children as human shields, obstructing and delaying the lawful actions of the police. Armed with bolos and other bladed weapons, male members of this group engage in violent confrontations with police officers. As a result, 6 individuals and 2 minors were taken to the police station but were released the same day for humanitarian reason. Criminal cases for violation of PD 1829 or obstruction of justice have been filed against them through regular filing. In the interest of transparency and accountability, the PNP is open to any investigation if only to ferret out the truth. We hope that the focus of the investigation will squarely rest on the action and practices of some officers and members of the KOJC, not on the Philippine National Police. The allegations against fugitive Kibuloy and his associates are serious and cannot be ignored. The PNP is simply fulfilling its duty to uphold the law and protect the community. The PNP will relentlessly pursue its mission within the bounds of law. We are committed to learning from this incident to prevent its reoccurrence and further strengthen our operational strategies and procedures. In closing, the Philippine National Police remains steadfast in its commitment to uphold the rule of law and to protect the rights of all individuals. Our presence here today is a testament to our highest respect for the Senate and its vital oversight function. Rest assured, we will fully cooperate with this investigation in aid of legislation. Thank you for your attention and for the opportunity to address this team body. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, General Marbel. Before the opening statement of Senator Bongo, I would like to yield the floor to Senator Robin Hood Padilla. I think you have some questions to the Chief PNP
Yes,
before
sir.
he leaves.
Opo, mahal na tagapangulo. Pwede po bang
With the indulgence of Senator Bongo, are you okay? Mamaya yung opening statement mo. Go ahead, Senator Robin Hood Padilla.
Opo, akin lang pong babatiin ng ating idolo, ang taong bisyo ang magserbisyo, Senator Bongo. Magandang umaga po. Opo. Pwede po ba makapagtanong sa atin pong PNP Chief? Opo.
Yes, you have the floor, Your Honor.
Salamat po. Sir, ako po ay tagapangulo din po ng komite ng Public Information at Mass Media. Ako po ay tunay na hirap na sa pagsangga sa mga fake news. Ako naman po ay nagpapasalamat sa pamunuan ng PNP at laging maliwanag naman po ang inyong pagbibigay ng impormasyon. Nagkakataon lamang po na imbis yung paliwanag ninyo ang naririnig, mga vlogger na hindi natin maintindihan. Ngayon po sana magamit po natin ang pagdinig na ito upang linawin lang po ang isang bagay. Medyo hindi po ito, ako po nagpapasalamat po ako sa inyong statement kanina patungkol po dito. Ito lamang po side lang pong tanong at ito naman po nasa inyo po bilang resource speaker po namin, nasa inyo po kung gusto niyo pong sagutin o hindi. Narinig ko na rin naman po at nabasa ko na rin po yung inyong statement na ayaw niyong magsalita. Pero baka po dito po ngayon, mas maganda maging maliwanag po sa ating mga kababayan. Pero kung ano man po kung gusto niyo pong sagutin o hindi, wala pong problema. Opo, hindi po namin yung pepersonalin. Karapatan niyo po yun. Kaya lang po, baka lang magamit natin itong pagdinig na ito para malinaw po. Tinatanong po talaga ng taong bayan na hindi lamang po ang masasabi nating, alam nyo naman, hati ang ating bayan. Pero lahat nagtatanong dito, ano po ba ang katotohanan? Meron po ba talagang political pressure para tanggalin ang security ng ating Vice President? Nasa inyo po yan, sir, kung gusto niyo pong sagutin o hindi.
You may respond, Chief PNP.
Thank you, our Senator. No, that's yun po yung sinabi niyo. Wala pong political pressure. It's ang ginagawa po natin, it's really to rationalize po yung deployment ng PNP natin. And we have to make sure, no po, sabi po nila, alam mo, sir, ang nangyari po, not only the Vice President, our Vice President na nagalit po sa atin at kalim po na it's a political, no, not even. Marami po kami tinanggalan. Even yung mga classmate ko, ng mga general, sabi ko, it's a time na talagang we have to rationalize. And in fact, I have already made yung sa policies natin na kung may mga threat, yung mga, then when they retire, kasi may mga threat, it's only about 6 months. And afterwards, they can ask kung meron po talagang threat. And we have to make sure, no, ang deployment po, we have to reframe po yung kasi, ang term po natin, VIP ang security. No, there's no term as VIP. Remember, this is a police unit, sa professional police po. They are all graduates, and di po kami kagaya dati na graduate po ang mga police po natin. And we want to make sure that they are being deployed properly. Tinanggal po natin yan because ang gusto po natin, we have to professionalize po yung PSPG and make sure na dalawang po yung criteria. High threat, high security threat, and medium security threat, and no threat at all. We want to make sure that there is already a perceived threat. And there's a difference between a perceived threat and an actual threat. Dati kasi, VIP ang tawag natin, that's a perceived threat. Kaya nga sinasabi po natin, and we have to rationalize and we have to change our policies regarding po dun sa deployment ng tao. Kasi ang sasabi ko nga, we need more people on the ground. Marami po kami talagang kulang. And to be honest, sir, talagang ang gusto po natin, talagang ibaba yung mga tao natin or very strict our police procedures natin. Marami po tayong kinasuhan na moonlighting na police natin. It all started in Alabang when we see two staff personnel na nandun po being used as a security. And dahil po nga doon, bakit nangyayari doon? And we have to rationalize our people. We have to account them. We want to make sure. And with regard po doon sa iba, hindi lang lahat po, tinanggalan po natin because we don't see any threat dun sa mga bantao. At ang sinasabi ko nga, kung meron pong reason, ibibigay po natin. Second,
But in the case of the Vice President, do you think may threat sa kanya o wala?
Sir, wala po siyang threat. Wala po kami nakita. He's being loved by our people. Ang sinasabi ko lang, second, ang security po ng ating Vice President is
Are you
under
sure
the...
with his stand, his strong stand against the CPP, NPA, wala siyang threat na buhay niya?
Sir, ang may hawak po ng security po ng ating Vice President is the Presidential Security Command. It was issued on July 9. The security of the President and the Vice President lies on the Presidential Security Command. And we will not stop po if the General Morales from the PSC asks our help to ask for more personnel, then we will give po. And the one who's making the threat assessment is not anymore. It's the Presidential Security Command po.
Well, alam mo, ilan bang iniwan mo doon na security kay BP?
May 31 pa po.
31.
Opo.
Are the 31 remaining security of her own choice or ikaw ang pumili?
No sir, hindi naman po kami because mayroon pong commander po sa kanya and it's being headed by a full colonel doon sa 31 na naiiwan po. And it's up to him, up to her po, yung babae po natin, to really choose yung mga tao natin. Hindi ko po alam yung details. What will happen is, sabi ko, you have to rationalize, we just need the numbers so we can deploy them doon sa mga tao sa ground.
Okay. In behalf of the Vice President and in behalf of the Filipino people who want that our Vice President is properly secured and protected, can I ask you, for the record, that yung iniwan mo na 31, pwede ba nabigyan mo ng laya yung ating Vice President kung sino sa kanyang mga former security ang pwedeng iiwan mo? Kasi ang reklamo nga niya, may iniwan ka nga pero hindi niya kilala, hindi siya komportable. Baka pwede yung mga security niya na from Davao, na matagal na sa kanila, nakilala niya, komportable siya, baka pwedeng yun na ang ibigay natin. Kasi ang nangyari kasi, yung mga pulis na yun, kilala ko yun, mga tao ko yung mga pulis na yun, andito ngayon, inassign mo dito sa Krami or sa Region 4 ba yun? If we are for localization para effective ang ating kapulisan sa kanilang trabaho, baka pwedeng yung taga Davao na lang ilagay mo doon. I'm just appealing to you. I am not questioning your wisdom. Ako, just treat me as an ordinary Pilipino na gustong-gusto talagang masecure yung ating pangalawang Pangulo. Baka pwede naman na papiliin mo siya kung sino yung gusto niyang maiwan doon. Ilan ang tinanggal mo, Marvin? 75. Yung 75 na tinanggal mo, baka pwedeng, tapos may iniwan ka na 31.
Sir, our chairman, can I make it clear first? No? Ang naiwan po sa kanya is 358 AFP personnel. And ang sabi ko nga, ang 106 does a complement.
Wala na ko doon sa...
Because, sir, it was being...
Wala tayo doon sa AFP. We are just talking about PNP. Yung PNP lang pag-usapan dahil ang PNP yung close sa kanya dahil dati siyang mayor at yung mga local police ng Davao, yun yung dinala niya doon na security. Yun lang ang pag-usapan natin, yung police lang. Kung yung 31 na yun na iniwan mo, pwede ba na pagbigyan natin ang pangalawang Pangulo na pumili siya kung sinong gusto niyang ma-retain doon na 31. Walang problema. Kahit na hindi mo na ibalik yung 75 na tinanggal mo, okay na yun. Gamitin natin yun sa police visibility. Ako mismo, as former chief PNP, I am with you when you say na you need people on the ground. Alam ko, pareho tayo. Ang tagal na natin gusto yung mga tao na yan na matanggal sa mga VIP security dahil para magamit natin. Pareho tayo ng paningin. Pero, yun lang, ako, bilang isang Pilipino na gustong mas pangalawang Pangulo, pwede ba na yung 31 na yun, bigyan mo siya ng laya na pumili na yung tinanggal mo na dinala mo dito sa Region 4 na mga taga Davao, baka pwede yun nilagay mo para naman may peace of mind siya na sigurado siya na yung security niya ay talagang kanya. Yun lang, pag-iusap ko lang sa iyo. I'm not directing you as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs. This is my personal appeal to you, being a Filipino. Kasi ayaw ko talaga na may mangyari sa ating pangalawang Pangulo. Pag yan ay naambos ng NPA at nagsipagtakbuhan yung mga security